Hi, my name is Najla Hopkins, and I am the Community Relations Coordinator for Rock Nation Entertainment Management Company. So today I am proposing that Rock Nation create a digital media campaign called Creating a Seat at the Table to basically promote Black media ownership. You know, we are catering to Black and African Americans, and according to Antonio Moore, it's inside media ownership where we see the starkest disparity between Blacks and whites across all major platforms such as film, television, print, and digital media. So the purpose for this campaign is that we want Rock Nation to utilize a variety of visual, video, and listener media content to uplift and reshape the mass media image of Black and African Americans, recognize and encourage more Black media ownership, create job opportunities for young Black African Americans in the media/sports industry, causing that uplifting and reshaping of our image as a Black company. But first, before we do this, we need to understand who are Black and African Americans. Well, for the last 188 years in the mass media, Black and African Americans has been seen as coons, beginning in 1832 with the minstrel show characters Jim Crow, and in modern day media such as the Wayne brothers. Tom, beginning with Uncle Tom's Cabin by Harriet Beecher Stowe in 1852, and now we see it as Uncle Ben on Uncle Ben's Rice or Rastus from Cream of Wheat, and even Aunt Jemima. Then we have the Bad Buck character, which hit mainstream with the 1950 film Birth of a Nation and has led that vehicle for racial stereotypes against Black men, causing for the depictions that we see in the news media of Black men being detained by police officers. We also have that buddy sidekick that can first be analyzed more so in The Cosby Show with Cliff Huxtable, as he's shown as the non-threatening Black man there to support his white peers. But now the media has actually taken a few steps forward in creating a equal level playing field where both characters despise race and gender actually support each other in films such as Mr. and Pete. Then we have the Mammy character. The overall image of the angry Black mother began in slavery time when Black mothers would take care of their master's children, and then it hit mainstream with movies such as Gone with the Wind and Pinky, and now we see him in characters such as Big Mama and Medea. Then we have the tragic mulatto. Well, she's not so much tragic anymore because of the new depictions, as they are Afro-Latina, they're Afro-European, African-American, and white in shows such as Charmed and Always a Witch. But before, they were I Pass for White, or mainly played by white women who weren't even mulatto. Now, although some of these depictions has taken a step forward, we are still stagnant in some, and there has been some negative and positive impacts of these. The negative has been that these harmful depictions have only given a glimpse of the Black life in few instances, such as the poverty story. And this is caused by framing and priming of African Americans that lead to Black children feeling invincible, Black men feeling as if their fate is determined by others who perceive them, and Black women feeling over-sexualized in magazines and music videos. However, Black African-American people have taken that and turned it into something positive. We created our own media. We did this, and according to Catherine Luther, African-Americans have a tradition of establishing their own press as a way to tell their own stories. The Black community did this through artists such as Grandmaster Flash and NWA with hip hop and rap in the 70s and 80s, Black-owned record labels with Motown and Def Jam in the 70s and 80s, and even now in the 2020 with Young Money and Cash Money Records. Then we have television shows like A Different World and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, movies such as The Color of Friendship and Beyond the Lights and Selma, and even magazines like Word Up in the 90s with TLC and Hip Hop Fashions, Ebony with its social philanthropy, and Essence with giving a sort of classy look to the Black community. So we took this and we turned it into something positive. However, there is little of it, and that's where Rock Nation steps in. We have the opportunity to change the way the mass media sees African Americans. or the Black community in whole, not just African Americans, but the Black community as a whole. We have the platform to show us in positions as entrepreneurships and humanitarians, community activism, athletes, doctors, and filmmakers like Divine Odeduru, Oprah, Lee Daniels, and Virginia Walden. We have the opportunity to depict our community in a variety of ways, as they are already. But with this, there are a few considerations. And these considerations, I want you to think of 3 words: empowered, wanted, motivated. We need to empower our community by displaying and uplifting the true reality of Black life, the true reality. There are so many different ways that the Black community lives. There is no one generalization. So we need to show the true reality. And with this, we need to hire young Black youth, college students, fresh out graduates. We need to hire them to make them feel wanted to tell their stories, to tell our stories. And we need to do this with a wide variety of them, not just African Americans, but Afro-Latinas, Africans, Afro-Europeans, Australian Aboriginals. We are all of the Black race, and we need to empower, and we need to make them feel wanted, and we need to motivate. And how we're going to motivate? By putting these people in these positions, we will motivate to create a new image of us through television, news media, social media, print media, business, radio, digital, sports. We have the opportunity with this campaign to promote and motivate Black excellence. Now you might be wondering, what does this look like? Well, here's kind of a graphic that gives a generalization of what we're talking about here. We're talking about the promotion of Black media in support of the Black Media Matters movement. And we're also encouraging for the Black community to create a seat at the table for ourselves. So with this, you have this general graphic that gives an overall view of the entire campaign in just a few words: Black media ownership and creating a seat at the table for us. But that begins with us, Roc Nation, because change begins with us. So with that, and in closing, it's time for the Black community to create a seat at the table for themselves. And we are, as a company, a part of the Black community because we are Black owned. We feel the same stigmas that our community feels because we reflect the same color that they do. So it's time for us to make a change in our community. It's time for us to create a seat at the table for our community. Thank you for giving me this time. If you have any questions, any comments, any concerns, please feel free to contact me by my phone number, email, or reach out to me through LinkedIn. I enjoyed you. Thank you so much.